In the heart of the quaint town of Whiskerville, there was a barber named Finn. He wasn't just any barber. He possessed magical abilities that made him stand out among his peers. With a friendly smile and twinkling eyes, Finn welcomed customers to his small, cozy barbershop filled with the warm scent of shaving cream and freshly brewed tea. The walls were adorned with whimsical paintings of cheerful faces sporting bushy beards and neatly trimmed hair. Finn had a charming personality that put everyone at ease. People loved to share their stories during their visits, whether they were gossiping about the latest news in town or sharing dreams of adventure. But what truly made him special was his extraordinary talent. When Finn wielded his razor, something remarkable happened. He could shave away ordinary whiskers and turn them into glimmers of gold by dawn. As tales of Finn's magic traveled through Whiskerville like wildfire, everyone sought appointments with him. Each shave felt like a blend of hope and excitement. People wondered if they too could strike it rich simply by letting Finn work his magic on their stubble. Little did they know, this newfound fame was just the beginning of an extraordinary tale filled with twists of fortune. Finn's unique skill was nothing short of astonishing. With each gentle stroke of his razor, he would glide over his customer's stubble, creating not just a clean shave but a mystical transformation. As he worked, glimmers of light would shimmer in the air, wrapping the room in an enchanting glow. By morning, what had once been mere facial hair would mysteriously vanish, replaced by dazzling gold coins scattered across pillows and nightstands. This remarkable gift led to lively tales swirling in Whiskerville. Folk in the town whispered about how Finn's shaves could turn even the most ordinary man into a wealthy dreamer overnight. Some claimed that the gold coins held special properties, bringing good luck and fortune to those who found them. Others believed they were tokens of Finn's charm and kindness, rewarding those who dared to sit in his barber chair. The excitement grew as more people rushed to Finn's barbershop, eager for a chance at riches shaped by his magical touch. Each appointment became an event filled with laughter and anticipation. Little did they know that there were deeper secrets woven within this captivating enchantment, secrets that would soon unfold with unpredictable consequences. One chilly evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and painted the sky in hues of orange and purple, Finn prepared for his last customer of the day. The air was crisp, carrying whispers of anticipation throughout the town. A young man named Leo, curious and a bit skeptical, stepped into the warm glow of the barbershop, his eyes wide with a mix of excitement and doubt. "Is it true?" he asked, rubbing his stubble. "Can you really turn this into gold?" Finn chuckled softly, his eyes twinkling with mischief. "Why don't we find out?" he replied, motioning for Leo to take a seat in the vintage barber chair adorned with soft cushions. As Finn set to work, the blade danced smoothly over Leo's skin. With each stroke, he found himself captivated not only by Finn's deft movements, but also by the shimmering light that filled the room. It felt magical. Every inch of stubble seemed to hum with possibility. As the shave concluded and Leo gazed into the mirror at his clean reflection, an air of excitement buzzed around them both. Little did they know that soon the town would be buzzing even more fervently about this enchanted shave, a fortune waiting to be discovered overnight. The next morning, as sunlight streamed through the streets of Whiskerville, a wave of excitement swept across town. Word had spread like wildfire about Finn's magical shave and the gold that awaited those brave enough to take a seat in his barbershop. People could hardly contain their laughter and chatter as they made their way to Finn's shop, each dreaming of riches and adventure. Shops along the cobbled streets buzzed with discussion, as townsfolk traded stories about Leo's miraculous transformation. "I heard he found 2 whole coins," one woman exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with hope. Children raced ahead of their parents, imagining what treasures they might discover hidden within their own stubble. As customers lined up outside Finn's barbershop, anticipation hung in the air like a sweet scent. Each face reflected dreams of wealth and newfound fortune. Finn greeted them all with his signature warm smile, ready to fulfill their wishes one shave at a time. With every new customer who entered, Finn felt the weight of expectations grow heavier. He was thrilled to bring happiness but also wondered where this newfound frenzy would lead. both for him and for the eager townsfolk seeking their fortunes through speculative beards. As dawn broke over Whiskerville, the excitement reached a fever pitch. People spilled out of their homes, many still in their nightclothes, rushing to check their mirrors and pillows for the promised gold. The town square was alive with shouts of joy and disbelief as rumors of glimmering coins spread like wildfire. In Leo's home, sunlight streamed through the window, illuminating a pile of gold coins that lay scattered on his bedside table. He could hardly believe his eyes. With a whoop of glee, he dashed outside, shouting to everyone he met about his newfound wealth. His joy sparked envy and curiosity among his neighbors, each eager to see if they too had struck gold. Gathering in groups, townsfolk began to examine each other's faces and beards, hoping to uncover hidden treasures. The air buzzed with excitement as laughter and cheers filled the streets. Finn's barbershop soon became the epicenter of this frenzy. People jostled for positions in line, each hoping for a chance at more enchanted shaves. But amidst the jubilation, Finn watched with a mixture of pride and concern as people searched frantically for signs of fortune. Would this frenzy bring joy or chaos to his beloved town? As the frenzy continued, Finn welcomed a colorful array of characters into his barbershop, each with their own whimsical beard styles. First came Old Man Jasper, whose long, flowing beard looked like it belonged to a pirate, complete with tiny seashells hidden within the strands. He chuckled heartily, declaring that he was ready to sail into fortune. Next in line was Clarabelle, the town's eccentric artist. Her beard was dyed a vibrant shade of purple, adorned with little paintbrushes and colorful beads. "Maybe this time, my luck will be as bright as my beard," she exclaimed, grinning widely. Then there was Timmy, a young boy with a patchy beard that barely covered his chin, yet he wore it proudly. He believed that even a few whiskers could bring him gold, and he bounced on his toes with excitement. Each customer added to the delightful chaos in the shop, sharing laughter and stories as they settled into Finn's chair. With every shave, Finn couldn't help but feel inspired by the unique personalities surrounding him. He wondered if the quirks of his customers might somehow enhance the magic of his enchanted shaves even further. Little did he know that these amusing characters would play a crucial role in the unfolding adventure. As the excitement in Whiskerville grew, a friendly competition began to unfold among the townsfolk. Inspired by Leo's fortune, people started placing bets on which beard would yield the most gold coins after a magical shave. The air was thick with laughter and playful banter as neighbors exchanged wagers, each eager to claim bragging rights and the title of the richest in town. Old Man Jasper, with his pirate-like beard, confidently announced that his whiskers were bound to produce a bountiful treasure. "I've been through storms and seas," he declared proudly. Clarabelle chimed in, her colorful beard bouncing with enthusiasm. "I bet my artistic flair will bring me greater gold." Timmy, the young boy with his patchy beard, joined in the fun too, despite the odds being against him. "Even little beards can create big fortunes," he proclaimed with determination. Finn watched all this unfold with a mixture of amusement and concern. He loved seeing the community come together in such a spirited way but wondered how this competition might change their attitudes toward wealth. As customers shared stories and placed bets, Finn felt a renewed sense of responsibility for the magic he wielded and how it might shape not just his barbershop but all of Whiskerville. As the competition intensified, some townsfolk became increasingly obsessed with cultivating extravagant beards, convinced that longer or more elaborate whiskers would guarantee an even greater fortune. Old Man Jasper began adding decorations to his beard, colorful ribbons, baubles, and even a small flag fluttering from the end, while Clarabelle's artistic spirit led her to dye her beard in a mesmerizing rainbow pattern. While these transformations were amusing at first, the obsession quickly spiraled out of control. Customers began neglecting their daily responsibilities, spending hours grooming and styling their beards instead. Shops in Whiskerville experienced a decline in business as people flocked to Finn's barbershop, leaving their work behind in hopes of striking gold. Timmy, too, felt the pressure. Determined to grow the longest beard in town despite his young age, he started wearing a fake bushy beard made from cotton and bits of yarn. His friends teased him mercilessly, yet he remained undeterred. Finn watched with growing concern as these newfound obsessions affected the community's dynamics. Friendships frayed over rivalries sparked by bets on who would grow the most impressive beard. He realized that what began as innocent fun was turning into a source of chaos that could disrupt their once close-knit town. As the demand for Finn's magical shaves grew, he found himself juggling an overwhelming number of customers each day. The line outside his barber shop seemed to stretch endlessly, with eager faces and hopeful eyes waiting for their chance at fortune. Despite this excitement, Finn felt a heavy burden on his shoulders. He longed to make everyone happy, but the chaos was becoming harder to manage. Each customer brought their own hopes and dreams, sharing tales of high expectations for golden rewards. Finn worked meticulously, trying to give every shave the same care and charm he had always offered. However, as the frenzy continued, he struggled to maintain the personal touch that had made his barbershop a beloved gathering place. With patrons growing impatient and demands increasing, tensions began to rise. Some customers began to argue about who would get priority or criticize each other's beards, further stressing Finn's already anxious heart. Amidst this turmoil, Finn felt torn between wanting to satisfy his community and fearing that he might lose the very essence of what made his barbershop special. He realized that he needed to find a balance between granting wishes and preserving the joy and camaraderie that once defined Whiskerville. One quiet afternoon, amidst the bustling barbershop, a mysterious stranger entered Finn's shop. He was cloaked in dark fabric, his face partially hidden beneath a wide-brimmed hat. The atmosphere shifted as patrons paused to take notice of this unusual visitor. Finn felt a chill run down his spine, sensing that this encounter was significant. "Finn," the stranger said in a low voice, drawing closer, "you must heed my warning. The greed that now fills this town can lead to perilous consequences. The magic you wield is not just a gift. It carries weight and responsibility." Finn listened intently as the stranger continued, explaining how excessive desire for wealth could corrupt even the kindest hearts. Those who chase gold may lose sight of what matters most: friendship, community, joy, he cautioned. The beards that promise fortune might also bring sorrow if not treated with care. As the stranger spoke, Finn felt the weight of truth in his words. The joyous laughter and friendly competition had morphed into something darker, pushing people to their limits. With growing urgency, Finn realized he needed to address the chaos and restore balance before it was too late. He thanked the stranger and watched him leave, knowing that this conversation marked a turning point in his journey. In the wake of the stranger's warning, a subtle shift began to occur within the townsfolk of Whiskerville. As Finn reflected on the growing chaos and rivalry fueled by greed, conversations emerged that sparked a change in perspective. People started to gather in the town square, sharing their feelings about what truly mattered in life. Old Man Jasper, once fixated on his grand beard and treasure, stood up and addressed the crowd. "When did we forget the joy of friendship?" he asked, his voice steady. "We've become so obsessed with gold that we've forgotten to enjoy each other's company." Clarabelle nodded in agreement, her colorful beard swaying as she spoke. "Let's celebrate our quirks and creativity instead of competing for wealth. Our strength lies in our community." Gradually, laughter replaced tension as people began to recall their shared history. Baking pies for one another, hosting game nights, and enjoying simple moments that didn't involve gold coins. This newfound realization rippled through Whiskerville, rekindling friendships and creating a stronger sense of unity. As they embraced the importance of connection over competition, Finn felt a warm glow in his heart. For the first time in weeks, he sensed hope for a brighter future where laughter reigned over riches. Inspired by the town's renewed spirit of togetherness, Finn decided to use his magical gift for the greater good. With a heart full of hope, he announced his plan to organize a charity event, inviting everyone in Whiskerville to come together for a common cause. The idea ignited excitement and anticipation among the townsfolk, who were eager to contribute and participate. Finn envisioned a day where laughter and joy would fill the air, with activities such as a beard contest, games for children, and stalls selling homemade treats. The The theme was simple: celebrate their quirks and talents while raising funds to help those in need within their community. As the date approached, the barbershop buzzed with preparations. Local artists volunteered to create decorations, while bakers turned their kitchens into factories of delicious desserts. Each person played a part, reinforcing bonds that had been strained during the frenzy of wealth-seeking. On the day of the event, Whiskerville transformed into a festival of unity. Families laughed, friends embraced each other, and Finn felt an overwhelming sense of pride. The gold coins that once symbolized rivalry now shone bright as efforts poured into helping their neighbors. In this celebration of togetherness, Finn realized that true wealth was measured not by gold but by the love and support they shared as a community. As the charity event came to a close, Finn took a moment to reflect on the journey that had brought the townsfolk of Whiskerville together. The laughter, the shared stories, and the warmth of friendship illuminated a truth that transcended gold coins and magical shaves. He watched as neighbors helped one another, celebrating their individuality and talents while working towards a common goal. Finn realized that in their pursuit of wealth, many had lost sight of what truly mattered. The competition for riches had strained relationships and created an atmosphere of rivalry, but through this experience, the townsfolk learned valuable lessons about generosity and community. They discovered that helping one another and creating memories together brought far more joy than any amount of gold could ever provide. As families packed up their treats and children played together in the fading sunlight, Finn felt a sense of contentment wash over him. The spirit of togetherness was palpable, and he knew that this newfound perspective would linger long after the event ended. In Whiskerville, true richness now lay in the bonds forged through kindness, mutual support, and the shared laughter that echoed through their hearts. Finn smiled, knowing he had played a part in this beautiful transformation.